In the Pacific Northwest, there is a special and hateful place these two schools have for each other in their hearts. From Jake Browning's point or Kenny Wheaton running back to score, this game has had plenty of moments, and maybe we'll get another classic in this one. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies, as we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Oregon's offense will go on the attack first. As many good things as the Oregon coaching staff had done, they certainly had the monkey on their back. 0 for 3 against Washington in their first 2 years, all one-score games. They finally got it right a year ago, and you got to think the Dogs are now looking for payback.
Yeah, it was a 28-point beatdown. So they got the monkey off the back. Dan Lanning gets his first win versus Washington. This is always a great rivalry game, and Oregon got the momentum back in this series a year ago, Palmer.
Yeah, they did. They had great balance on offense, too. Remember Dylan Gabriel throwing it and Jordan James on the ground running it. So they're going to look to do a little bit more of that in this one today.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Moore to the air. Got his man quickly.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Wants to keep it in the air. The screen, and watch out. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here's the handoff. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Ducks will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So the Washington Huskies offense will go to work for the first time today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
I love the play call there, too, because 2nd and short, defense is thinking you might run it. So you try to catch them off guard with the pass. Nothing there. Even if you throw an incompletion, you're going to have a chance to run it the very next play, but it doesn't matter. This guy's just so athletic himself. He's able to go get the first. Let's get a fresh set of downs.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. You get field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense, setting them up in an opportunity to get some points on the board quickly.
This is an opportunity you've got to capitalize on this field position. You must come away with points here if you're on offense.
Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. And the Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
The Ducks have this offense rolling. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Touchdown, Ducks! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Got his man in the middle. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Running back searching for a hole. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Huskies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Williams will pass. Fires to the big fella. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And that's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good. You get a completion on a big 3rd down early in the game, and that should give him a lot of confidence calling plays this game.
Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Bringing the heat. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
The Huskies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the 1st down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
And the Huskies didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Williams looking for a man. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
This was one of the keys to the game. Could this quarterback, could he extend plays and then make throws in scramble situations? That time, the defense was able to get to him and bring him down for a huge loss.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Smashes it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Makes the catch. It's Hughes. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. Moore will throw. Makes the grab.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
The Ducks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking for room, it's Hughes. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And the Ducks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The give to the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Now on 3rd down for this offense. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. We've put 1 in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Moore to the air. Oh, they're after him. Got it in the middle. It's Moore. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He leaves it with his back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. Now up by 7 points here in the 2nd.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Off play action on first down. Finds his big tight end. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Off play action. Rush is on him. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. He'll ride his man on the option. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Oh, and he's able to get the ball back, but he does lose yardage on the play. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Williams will pass. Finds his man. It's Green. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Back to pass. Under fire. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Gonna look downfield again. Here's the pressure. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. Washington sends out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one match.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on 1st down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on 2nd down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20. All the way back to the 15. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Wide receiver comes in motion. Williams looking for a man. Pressure coming. And they get to the quarterback.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. So now it's second and long. Looking to fire. Caught behind the line. It's Whittington. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. On third down, he drops to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Bryant. He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Moore will throw. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. It's not just the dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Moore. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. He'll keep it himself. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Now on fourth down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. A strike downfield. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. From the red zone, looking for a man. Grabbed in the middle, it's Whittington. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Oregon! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They took it 68 yards on that drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Coleman. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. With the catch, it's Evans. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute throwing and running the football game.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop down right now before the half? They can create some momentum on their side.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Splits the uprights, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Williams will pass. Makes the catch. It's Green. He gets it up close to the 25. Out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24. Grab near the sticks. It's Evans. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Right down the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Under fire. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Washington sends out the punt team. He'll take it on the return. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Caught over the middle. It's Bryant. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. They'll immediately call timeout. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. Fights off a defender. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Now the play fake. Caught near the sticks. It's Bryant. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a 1st down in the waning seconds of the half.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Moore to the air. Fakes the grab. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Double time, hustling to the line. They spike it to stop the clock. On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, they wait all year for this game, and the Ducks and Huskies could just give us one fun finish today. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering two things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? Still 2 quarters to go in this one between UW and Oregon, a treasured rivalry in both Seattle and Eugene.
The Ducks will kick it away to crank up the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to win. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
How big can this be for this offense, taking advantage of the turnover and starting with the 1st and goal? Quarterback on the keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Here's a heat. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And this is the type of defense that have made the Huskies a factory for pro players.
Yeah, and Reese, when I think about Washington football, I think about defense. I think about right place, right time, great thought process, just physical, make you earn everything they get every single year.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Moore will throw. It's complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. This field goal unit getting some serious run. They've already been out there 3 times. The kicker will try it again. Absolutely perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
Man, as a defensive coach, that's a win. When you can be already put in a bad position because your offense fumbles and they're in scoring position and you give up just 3, that is a situational football at its best. Nice job by this defense, handling a little adversity and just giving up the field goal.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
They'll go to the ground. Steamrolls his way ahead. And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few. The Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Takes the handoff. It's Coleman. Still running at the 40. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks? That's just ridiculous.
And the Huskies, now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Williams looking for a man. Quickly complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting... He'll take a shot. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And the Ducks really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Bryant. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun to give, looking for room. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Got 3 on 1st down, it's 2nd and 7. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Casper. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Moore to the air. Makes the catch. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. Use the play fake. Now to throw. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He makes a catch. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. The Ducks, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Touchdown, Ducks! And the punishment has been extended. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long.
Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back gets to give. Makes one man miss. Pushes ahead for a couple, they'll mark it at the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. On the move. Hard running there. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Got it behind the line. It's Green. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Williams will pass. Trying to set up the screen. Jukes his way for more. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He wants to take the top off. And it's caught inside the 20. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Now from inside the red zone. He's got it on the run. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. On first and goal, let's see what Washington does. They'll try to run it in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Wants to fire on second down. Going for 6. And it's incomplete. He was looking to the end zone and trying to get 6. This defense has been lights out, stubborn on the doorstep. Can the offense finally find the end zone? Here comes the heat. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on fourth and goal. Williams looking for a man. Into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Huskies.
They decided to go for it on fourth down, and that was not easy, man. These windows open and close so quickly when you're throwing into the end zone, but really nice timing by the quarterback, and because of that, on fourth down, it's a touchdown.
On to attempt the try. Right down the boulevard. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. On the run, it's Whittington. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Back to pass on second down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Bryant. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And the Ducks come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Grab near the marker, it's low. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. They'll leave it with him. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the direct snap, it's Stewart. They forged ahead just a bit, not a lot working with the Wildcat there. The Ducks come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They kick it away on 4th down. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Williams will pass. Using his legs to buy some time. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Gets the back moving. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Give to the running back. Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Listen, his team's obviously down in this game, but it's not his fault. I mean, this guy showed up to play. He's been churning out big play after big play. Already over 100 yards rushing in this game. He's carrying his weight. He needs his buddies around him now to pick up the slack a little bit and help get this team back in the game.
He lets it fly. Snags it inside the 20. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
The Huskies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Nice move to keep running. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. And the Huskies pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Lining up to add another. Smashes it through for the PAT. They put together an 81-yard drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. For decades, Washington dominated this rivalry. Then 1994, and the pick by Kenny Wheaton took it to the house. And since that moment, this rivalry has been on.
It's been so much fun to watch. For years, it had conference championship implications. We've seen Heisman Trophy implications in this one. More recently, college football playoff implications as well. Always fun when these two teams get together.
And it doesn't matter what conference they're in. We're always watching this matchup. All eyes are on this matchup. They don't like each other. A lot of animosity. The coaches don't like each other. The players don't like each other. This is going to be a great ball game.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Touchdown, Oregon! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they've put points on the board.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Williams will pass. Got it in the middle, it's Green. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking downfield on first down. He'll try to... There he goes! How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? Washington wants to go quickly. Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Evans. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Washington coming to the line with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
And the Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, they spike it and stop the clock. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Williams looking for a man. Working that left side now. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. They want to continue this long drive. 9th play coming. It's 3rd and 5. He's got it on the move. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The Huskies started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Pocket breaking down. And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on this one. So Oregon gets the victory in its blood feud against Washington, and you best believe this one is going to stick with the men in purple for quite a while. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.